Hello everyone, welcome back to Explaining Sales. In today's video, we are exploring PowerShell input and output. Input and output are fundamental to any script. Input allows your script to take information from the user and output displays information back to them. The command we will focus on today is readhost, which allows us to capture user input. Now let's create a variable. Let's use name readhost and what is your hit enter, and we can use anything we want. Let's use. Now what we can do is write output low, and you can see the output on the screen. And in this example, readhost prompts the user for their name, and then we display a greeting using write output. Now let's try another example with a number. Let's create another variable. Name is host. How old are you? Let's say maybe 30. And you are is years old. You are 30 years old. And here is one thing to note. Readhost always captures input as a string, and even if you enter a number like we did, so you will need to convert it to another data type if required. And now let's see an example. Let's create another variable. Let's give it a name, new number maybe, but this time let's read that as an integer. So int read host, say enter a number. That's it. Hit enter. You can enter a number. Let's enter 89. Now write output your number. Maybe let's square it. Squared is number, what number? New number times new number, and hit enter, and you can see the output on the screen. Now here we use int to convert the input into integer before performing a calculation, and without this conversion PowerShell would treat it as a string and concatenate instead of multiplying. So let me show you what I mean. So without typecasting, let's use the default values. Let's give it a name, yes, string number maybe, and equals to read host number. Let's maybe use a smaller number this time, 5, and write output your number times. Logically we should get 50, right? But with the default behavior in PowerShell, instead of 50 you will get 10 fives printed on the screen like this. Now outputting data is just as important, and write output is the default command for displaying information, but you can also use formatted string for cleaner output. Now this time, instead of using a shell, let's create our first script. So let's open the notepad, or you can use the text editor of your choice, and it's certainly not the best way to create PowerShell scripts. We will use a dedicated environment using VS Code in future when we create more complex scripts. For now it's just commands that we have already seen, so using notepad is enough. Now let's create a variable, the name again, host. Let's create another variable, age, and this time we will ask, or we will save this input as is a number. So and do host how old are you, and let's write output name is like this, and again write output welcome name. In 5 years you'll be is plus 5 years old. Notice how we included inline calculations directly within the output, and PowerShell makes this super easy. Now let's save this file save as. And one thing you need to remember, PowerShell files end up with the extension .ps1. So select all files and let's give it a name, maybe first script and .ps1. Now hit enter, and that's it. You have created your PowerShell script, and if it's your first time doing this, then congratulations. Now let's go back to the shell and provide the path to the script. Mine is located in desktop, so let's provide that path, and we are already in desktop, so just do dot backslash and hit enter, and you should see the name. Now again hit enter to run this script. And what is the name? Again let's use, what are you, 56, and welcome Sally. In 5 years you will be 61 years old. Now instead of this, if you see something like error that relates to execution policy, what you can do is open the shell as an administrator. What happens is, by default you cannot run PowerShell scripts in your computer, so you will need to modify something called execution policy, and in the next video we will talk about this exactly. For now, bear with me and follow what I do. And to modify the execution policy, you need to open the shell as administrator. Now just type set execution policy and remote signed. I will explain what this means when I talk about the execution policy. For now, just provide another parameter, scope, and use the value current user and hit enter. That's it. After this, you should be able to run the script. Now close this window and go back to running the script, and you will see your script run without any errors. And that's it for this video. Hope you found this video useful. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.